wanted to get stoned tonight and buy some weed, but the fucking drug dealer gave me a fucking runaround. I flattened all the tires on his fucking Jaguar.
Yeah, well, that's you're not gonna live too long doing that. So, I guess I won't see you again. Fuck. Oh, your God, you don't fuck with, if he's got a Jag, especially, you don't fuck with him. But man.
Yeah, Devin's gonna be sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah, really. No, you do not fuck with, these guys are serious. I mean, real drug dealers, they're serious fuckers. They don't stay in business too long unless they're serious fuckers. Well, they scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I got a 12 gauge. Remington.
Yeah, well, whatever. A shotgun ain't gonna do you any good when he, well, whatever. I won't even explain it to you, but 9mm is a little more effective when you don't know it's coming, fucker.
Even on top of that, it's not like that, and he won't come get you. He'll send a person after you, and then another person,
well,
and another person, and another person.
Well, exactly, but, they also like to do it themselves sometimes, just, depends on how, into the game.
He knew where I lived.
I'm just saying that just people I wouldn't, the last guys on earth I'd be fucking slashing tires on are a drug dealer who's been in business for more than 6 months.
I didn't slash his tires. I just, pressed the button on the valve.
Oh.
I didn't want to fuck him over that much.
Yeah, I know. You might just break your legs then. Yeah.
He's gonna have to go to the store and fucking buy some air in a can and fill it back up.
Air in a can, that works? It's kind of funny though, just those kind of stories. Because the sniffing glue thing, I didn't even realize that when I was a kid, but I used to do the model thing, making models, and I would get you get a little juiced, that glue, and I never even realized it. And then you heard later, like 10 years later, you find out, oh, people sniff glue. Well, now I know why. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, when I was a kid, they had these magic markers that each marker was like a different smelling flavor, and like blue would be blueberry and shit, and all the kids would be huffing fucking magic markers all day long.
Yeah, well, when there's 10 million guns in the country, or whatever it is, 50 million, of course most of them are bark. I mean, you only need 10% of them to bite. Yeah, just the guns, people walking around with guns, it just does something. I mean, for me anyway, it's just like, yeah, I ain't fucking with that guy. I mean, it does intimidate you.
Well, that's what they say, Gary. An armed society is a polite society.
Yeah, except when it gets good and dark. I mean, middle of the night, everybody's got to, hey, well, you ain't gonna be able to tell it's my bullet.
I wish I could recall what they gave me
Trust
when I broke my wrist back in April.
Trust me, Remy.
Whatever the fuck it was good. I remember spending a night in the hospital, and my wrist was twisted at about a 15-degree angle in a direction that nature never intended. But didn't bother me any.
They're better at it. I guess that's it too. I don't know. They have cocktails now, but yeah, I'm still wondering what they gave me. I mean, it was a long time ago. When I had my appendix out, man, they gave me something before I went in there. Boy, did that whack me out. It was a shot of something. And that was good fucking shit. Because I mean, I was really
Dropping morphine.
stressed, you know, and all of a sudden I didn't care about nothing. You know, sure, cut my head off. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Yeah. I'm in the hospital having fun. I mean, it was just happy juice. I was just saying, Remy, that you really wouldn't want me in a society with a gun. You really wouldn't. Trust me. You really wouldn't want me to have a gun. I mean,
Well, I'll take your word for that, Gary. So what's up with this Piro
Obama
character?
coming for my gun.
He jumps in here, he says, you know what, one or two words, then he leaves with his green screen up.
you're always a busy man. You're always negotiating. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's just his wall is green. I don't know. It's kind of a trip. But whatever. He's got a little bit too much clutter on his screen now. Somebody's like encouraged this cluttering. Now he's got clutter on all four corners.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a, you know, a Kilroy thing. Piro was here.
Yeah, well, you know. I remember I used to like NyQuil. That was good stuff for going to sleep anyway. But they took all the good stuff out of it, so I guess it was the codeine, I guess, that was in it. I don't know if it had something else, but stuff was really good when I was stressed. I could guarantee a good night's sleep. Yeah, I mean, it kind of clear your lungs out a little, get you, so you're breathing good, you know. So it's good sleeping chemical. A little green juice.
Death juice. You ever hear Dennis Leary's No Cure for Cancer making fun of NyQuil?
Nope. Anyway, let's get off the drug subjects. Let's try a new subject. Salt. Yeah, it's been around for a long time. Let's talk about salt. I think salt is way too salty.
There's the salt plains. What's up with that?
That's a weird place. I was there. I said, wow, this is pretty fucked up. You know? Yeah, this is pretty fucked up.
You went there?
Just imagine how much water would have to evaporate to leave that behind. You're just like, wow. Yeah, it's a big ocean.
Dude, huffing butane? What the fuck is that?
But right now it's a sausage. He's playing with his, oh, butane. You know? Well, never mind. Butane. I got a can of that. But yeah,
Like with this stuff.
fuck with that. That's kind of wacky. Butane.
I thought the thing was sausage too, with the like a wrapper. It looked like.
Yeah, well, my problem with the Pacific is too cold, windy, full of slime too. Damn Pacific Oceans, man, that's full of green shit everywhere. That's one crappy thing to swim in, Pacific Ocean.
Where all have you been, Gary?
Where all? I mean, you asked me where I've been? Oh, I've been like every fishing hole in America. Any place my father could catch a fish, we stopped. So yeah, we just went around in circles, around and around and around, just see how many states we could hit and how many fishing holes we could find. Yeah, no, look, I mean, literally, I've been, I think, to like 48 states or something. Been through them anyway. Seen all the big attractions, biggest hay ball, biggest cow turd, all the actions, I've seen them all. You know, biggest can collection, you know, house made out of Coke bottles, you know, all that shit.
Let me guess, the biggest cow turd.
Sounds like your dad was kind of like mine was.
Let me guess, the biggest
If
cow
there-
turd was in
if-
Texas.
Yeah, if there's some wacky sign on the road, you know, see this attraction, the biggest rocking chair in America, he had to just pull off. So,
Well, you know, you're there. You know, you're just there. You're saying,
Well,
okay,
exactly,
okay,
and when are you
well,
gonna be there
right
again?
You know, it's only 10 miles out of our way, so yeah, we gotta go there. Shit. But the good news is you get to see all the other stuff too. You get to see the whatever black caves of blah blah blah, and the petrified forest, and the Grand Canyon, and you know, you get to see some of the good stuff too. So yeah, the good news is he doesn't drive through those. And I spent 2 weeks in Yellowstone. I mean, that was that was a nice 2 weeks of my life.
so how is it that you decided you had to become the hermit of Mendham then?
Well, I didn't really like driving, you know. I mean, I never got. See, it's one of those things. Like, I never got sick from, you know, motion sickness, but I felt like shit in the car. I mean, I just hated being in the car. We were in the car a lot, you know, every summer. You know, 12 hours a day, drive. So, and I eventually made me insane, I think. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, you know. I mean, it's more complicated than that, I'm sure. There's some sort of issues with my insecurity or some other issues, and everything kind of fell down on me, and I just got phobic. And, you know, and it all got out of control. I mean, it's hard to see, you know, when it happens, it's just happening one little tiny step at a time, you know, it's just one little tiny piece at a time that you know, you're losing, so you can't really see what's happening to you. But all of a sudden you're there in crazy land, and you're like, whoa, you know, fuck, and you don't have any trail of breadcrumbs to get out.